service value system. You remember the statement that organization exists to create value. Organization exists to create value. Now, how it creates value? What are the components involved in creating value? Let's look at that. So basic definition or basic meaning of service value system is any and every component and all activities involved in value creation make up service value system. Service value system. So let's look at how it works. So this is a representation of service value system. Service value system basically describes how all components and activities in an organization, come together to create value. How different components, different layers come together to create value. Okay, at one end, you have opportunity to serve the customer, opportunity to serve potential customer, or demand from existing customer. These are the two ways. You can look at potential future customer and do something, or you may do something for your existing customer. These are the only two possibilities, right? Opportunity to serve the customer or demand from the customer. Getting it?
Yes, correct.
Right. And if you are successful, you do this in between, and if you are successful, then at the end you create value. Now, what happens in between is service value system. Let's see various components. There are 5 components in service value system. Let's understand. The very base of this entire thing is guiding principle, because you have to consider guiding principles at all times. Do you remember guiding principles?
Yes, 7 guiding principles.
Seven guiding principles.
Correct. 7 guiding principles.
Yes.
Okay. In your organization, there is some governance in place to guide people towards the right objective, some org structure in place. The board of directors give directions to CEO. CEO makes mandatory policies. Then these policies are enforced by senior management and so on. Some governance structure in place.
Yes.
It may be less rigid, more rigid, depending on the organization, but there has to be certain governance structure, certain governance. Someone should guide the organization towards the right direction. Governance means EDM, evaluate various options in front of the organization, direct the organization towards the right option, and monitor the progress of the organization towards the right option. EDM, evaluate, direct, monitor. Governance layer. Okay. In your organization, do you resolve incidents?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what all is included in resolving incidents? What all do you use? Do you have people who resolve incidents?
Yes.
Support teams, L1, L2, L3 support, whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
Incident management team is there.
Incident management team is there. So you have people who resolve the incident. Okay. Do they follow a certain process?
Yes.
Step 1, step 2,
Yes.
step 3, right?
Yes.
So incident management process is there. Okay. Does incident management process resolve incidents?
No.
No. Incident management process is one thing in the larger picture which is used to resolve incidents.
It drives the incident.
Use incident management process to resolve incidents. Do they use some tools? ServiceNow, Remedy to capture incident information, resolve incident information?
Yes.
Yes.
So there are some tools and technologies involved. Sometimes do they take help from your vendors to resolve incidents?
Yes.
Right? So all of this exists in your organization. This is how you practice incident management, right? This is how you practice incident management every day. People work on some processes, take help from some tools, sometimes take help from vendors to resolve incidents. This is how you practice day-to-day incident management, right?
Yes.
Correct? Okay. So then in your organization, you have incident management practice. Let's call it a practice, right?
Yes.
This is how we resolve incidents. In your organization, you have a definite way and definite components and definite people to manage changes.
Yes.
Right? Let's call it change management practice.
Yeah. Change management.
In your organization, you may have a specific way to manage problems.
Yes.
Let's call it problem management practice.
Yes, we can.
In your organization, do you manage projects in a certain way? There are
Yes.
project managers and people, and then there's project management methodology, and so on and so forth. Right? Let's call it project management practice.
Yeah, we can.
In your organization, there may be some people who are experts in risk management, and
Yes.
then they use certain risk management processes, and then they use certain tools to capture the information, and sometimes they take help from other vendors for risk management also. Right?
Yes.
So this is how you do risk management in your organization. Let's call it risk management practice.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Okay. So there are 34 such practices in service management. In ITIL recommends that there are 34 such practices which commonly happen in your organization. Those are called, what is the name given to those?
SOPs.
The name given to those is
Practices.
Incident management practice, problem management practice, change management practice, deployment management practice, risk management practice, project management practice, availability management practice, capacity management practice, event management practice, service request fulfillment, and so on and so forth. 34. We'll go through the list later. But these are 34 practices that exist in your organization, right? Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, whatever your organization does today, can it continue to do this and win in next 3 years?
No.
Why not?
It's require continuous improvement as per the market trends.
Because your customers are asking something today. They may ask a very different thing 3 years down the line. And if you continue to do the same things that you are doing today, you will lose. Or there may be a competitor organization which will do better than you, which you are doing today. Right? So in order to remain successful, in order to continue delivering value, continue creating value for our customers, it is important to improve your people. It is important to improve your processes. It is important to improve your practices. It is important to improve your governance. It is important to improve your skills and so on. So continual improvement of all aspects is expected in the organization at all times. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. Right. And for every customer and in every scenario, the value will be different.
Yes, it is based on the perception of the customer.
Perception of the customer, context of the environment, and so on. Right? So how do you create value in every scenario, every day, for every customer is different. And that is a service value chain. Various activities that you do to create value is service value chain. We are going to discuss service value chain in a bit more detail next. But this is service value system. There are 5 components of service value system. What are those? Come on. Right there on the screen. Come on.
Governance.
Guiding principles.
Governance.
Service value chain.
Practices.
Practices, continual improvement.
How many guiding principles we have?
7.
7.
How many practices we have?
34.
34. We will see, because we have a separate section on practices in detail. We'll see. The last module is on practices. And for each customer, what you do in each scenario, what you do to create value is called as
Service value chain.
Various activities described in service value chain. So this is service value system. These are the components of service value system. At one end, you have opportunity and demand. At other end, you have value. Right? Do you know why the arrows are double-sided? Can someone tell me why these arrows are double-sided?
It is based on the feedback.
Yes, value co-creation. You have to work together at all times to create value. This is not a one-way flow. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So this is service value system. Components of service value system: guiding principles, governance, service value chain, practices, and continual improvement. Okay. We are due for lunch now. Any questions? Anything you want me to repeat? Anything that is not clear? I'll be happy to explain. Yes, Kirti, go ahead.
Found out that here we can see 6 because we have added opportunity, demand, and value as well. So in your next slide, just stay on that.
So opportunity and demand and value are not the components of service value system.
Okay.
They are input and outcome of service value system.
Yeah. Because in case we have some question on the ITIL application that what are the 5 components that we are, then we can say that these were the 5 guiding principles.
There are only 5 components in service value system.
And what could be the answer for the opportunity, demand, and value? Because we know that it's the ITIL certification didn't have any subjective type of questions. All are the multiple types of questions. So what are the questions that we can expect for this whole picture, that is, which consists of opportunity?
There are 300 questions. There are 300 questions on the LMS.
Okay.
There is no guesswork involved. The questions are already there. Let me give you a sample one. Which of below are components of service value system? They will write opportunity and demand, value, some random stuff, and only one right thing, service value chain. So you just have to select, that's it.
Yeah, anything that was related with the opportunity, demand, and value in context of ITIL.
So they will write that option. So which of below are components of service value system? And they will write opportunity and demand as one of the options. So that's not the correct option.
Okay.
So the question could be negative also, because this is not the component, right?
Then what it is? Then how we can say that
this is input to service value system? Opportunity and demand is input to service value system, and value is outcome of service value system.
Okay. It is opportunity and demand is input and value is output.
And value is output.
We are also saying that the arrows are double-sided.
Yes.
So can we say that value could be the input at one end and opportunity and demand is output?
No. The exchange is notified here. The value is not given to service value system. Service value system is co-creating value while continually understanding the perception of value is the meaning. Getting it?
Yeah, but it always remains the value always remains the output. However, we can take the feedback from the value and given that feedback as an input.
And can make the value better.
Okay.
Feedback mechanism.